Bill, I think it's one of those fights where he can't afford to slip up. We don't want to be a banana skin because we're looking for a very big fight that we're putting together for the new year. For the summer, an open air show we're hoping to do. But as I say, I don't want to tempt fate. For Bill, we're trying to keep him fit, keep him that he's not going to have big gaps in between fights. So he's taken this fight, which is he's quite I think is a potential, as I say, a potential banana skin. As I say, we've got a good card here. We've been announcing some other fights that will go on it within the next week or so. 30th of April, Copper Box, be there. You're going to see some good fights. And Billy Joe Saunders, I'm hoping, gets through this one, does it in style, and goes on to get into the big fights that he wants. This is the one he's got to get over to get to the big fight. And we've got a very, very big fight lined up for him, provided he does that in the summer.
It's a dream since I've been a kid, so obviously it was a big thing for me. But now it's, back down and I've got a job to do. Someone's going to be coming over looking to take this title. And I just don't want to win the title and get beat and say I was world champion. I want to defend it and try to be put up there in the likes of your Kawasaki's and Ricky Attons. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. I'm not looking at it as a warm-up or anything. This is a world title fight, so I'm looking at this to, for one, I'll be using it as a training camp, getting into shape, obviously. For two, more ring time. So it's more of a learning. It's a tough test, I know, but I think I'm capable of taking care of him comfortable. I've sat down and talking to Frank, and my manager. So. We've gone through a few names, but Frank's guided me right so far in terms of opponents and whatnot else. So that you got your Khan and Canelo fighting soon. You got your Blackwell and Eubank, and also you got Golovkin. But I spoke to Frank last week, and I said that I would like the Golovkin fight in the summer.
I mean, that's what he's asked for, and we're talking to them. But obviously, this is we've got to get this one out of the way. Yeah. How did Bursak come up? No, well, what happened was, being really realistic, the Golovkin fight is a stadium fight. It's a massive fight, and this time of the year we can't get into a stadium, so it's not going to happen. He's not going to sit on his backside and wait until July for a fight to happen. He's got to keep busy, and that's really why we're where we're at. Bursak is he's going to make him think about a lot of things. You look at his record, and you can see. He's been in with some very good fighters. He's beat some good fighters. He's beat the guy that Chris Eubanks Jr. is fighting. I mean, So, you look at that and you think to yourself, why isn't Chris Eubanks Jr. there? But he doesn't want to know the fight. But doesn't want to know Bill. They talk about it, keep mentioning him, but when it comes down to it, it don't happen. And we'd give up on that one. So, Bill said, "Get me Golovkin. We want to do the fight here in the UK, but." Got to get over this one to get to that stage, and that's a big call. And I've got to take my hat off to Bill. Bill's not frightened of fighting anybody. He's never ever once in all the time that I've been with him, I've been from day one, said I'm not fighting this guy. I don't want to fight that guy. All it is how much am I getting? The professional fighter, how much? Don't anyone know about it. What am I going to get? He's a fighting man. There's none of that nonsense that you get with some guys who just he'll show up, be there, and when he's at 100%, he's a tough fighter to beat. He's a better fighter than people give him credit for. When you look back at the Olympians, to me, he's the best one out of a lot of them. That Olympic generation, he's the best one of those guys, and we're still not seeing much of him. He's still got. I still think we've only seen 75% of him. And if anybody's going to give Golovkin a tough fight, it's Billy Joe Saunders, who has got a fantastic boxing brain and can punch. A lot of people look at, say, oh, he's not a big puncher. Go and ask a few of the fellas that he's had on the floor. They never ever say who, it's just where, when, how much. That's what this business should be about. And all this nonsense that goes on in between that stops fights from happening is rubbish. And that's what he did. He's very unlucky. Went out to Argentina, very unlucky to
11-day notice, I was in Tenerife when I get the call. Martin called me up and it was 11-day notice. I go over there, I do a good job, I do a great job on him, and as I said, I'm gonna keep going, and at this time in my career, I'm at the point where I'm thinking it's happy days, like sitting here beside Frank Warren this is an achievement for me, and for him to do the purse bid and win the purse bid and make the fight bid in the UK, I'm so happy for that. I never ever have a promoter in my life ever, and I have a promoter. I feel like I'm with a team right around me. So now we're just going to give it credit and we're going to go for it all out. And I'm not going to let them down. I'm never going to let Frank down at the minute. And now I'm a trainer, arm myself, we're going to win this belt and take it home.
Yeah, definitely. I don't necessarily go out looking for the stoppage. If it presents itself, I'll take it. Though either way, every fight I train to go the distance.
So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Warren and Queensbury for giving James Tennyson this chance. Believe me, this kid is something else. He hasn't got here by design. He hasn't got a big, family boxing background. He's got here on will and determination. And yes, he's got a lot of knockouts on his record. But if you look through the opponents that he's knocked out and who hasn't knocked him out, it'll show you that this kid is quality. He's a highly decorated amateur, and believe me, he's going to grab this opportunity. And Ryan Walsh is a great champion. He fought Lee Selby when nobody else would fight Lee Selby. Now, no one really wants to fight Ryan Walsh, and no one wants to fight James Tennyson. And believe me, this will be one of the fights of the night, I can guarantee.